So WLAN troubleshooting. Objective: describe WLAN troubleshooting method, diagnostic command and tools for WLAN troubleshooting. Identify common cause for WLAN fault. Rectify common fault by using the troubleshooting tools. Introduction to WLAN troubleshooting methods. Okay, so this is the block troubleshooting methods. The WLAN network is divided into the multiple blocks based on the function implementation. Troubleshooting is implemented to each block and based on 4 symptoms. So the first one will be the management block. Okay, the management block will be based on those of the configuration that we configure on the AC. Then service port. So the service block, they might some of the configuration on the AC also. Then the next one have the wire block and the port block. Segment troubleshooting method. Despite different network mode, troubleshooting can be implemented in a segment by segment. So based on the physical connection, so we need to understand the entire the infrastructure. How does it look like? So we're going to classify them into the different layers. Okay, the SDA, AP, switch, AC, and the internet. So replacement troubleshooting method. A component that are support to be faulty is replaced by a good component to check whether the fault symptom is disappear. So we always doing the troubleshooting is from the low layer. It's not start from the top layer. We're not going to touch on the controller, okay, because they have a lot of the very complex configuration. So we try to not touch on the highest layer first. So we try to use the PC or maybe the different laptop to try out. If the problem is only happening to the single PC, then we need to find another way to solve it. Okay, so unless all the SDA also have the same problem, I already replaced with the new SDA and try the wireless, but somehow the network connection doesn't work. Okay, and the next one, when the AC, the SDA is already replaced, cannot solve the problem. Then the next one, try to check the AP. Is it a problem happening on the AP? Content number 2. Introduction to diagnostic command and the tools for WLAN troubleshooting. The first one is the diagnostic command. So this is the common command that we always use, the ping command. So we have to test the connectivity. Okay, the reachability between the AP, AC, and also the client. Display command to check some of the parameter configuration. The trace and debug command. So we can try to using the ping command to check the connectivity between the host, gateway, AP, and also the AC. And we also can using the display command. So try to check your current version. Is it right now my AC or maybe the AP the version is mismatched? So this is a reason that cause the AC cannot form the CAPWAP with the AP. And we also can using display AP all command to display the status of all the AP. Display AP all. Okay, so this version is applied to the different version of the AC. Okay, maybe I can show you some of the example. So this is my ENSP. Currently I am running that, and I want to check my current activity between the 2 AP. So I go into my controller. Okay, and I can using display AP all to check. So okay, like this. Okay, expand a little bit. So I have 2 APs connected, and this is a MAC address. So you notice the state right now, both is normal. Okay, so we can always using the display AP all command to verify is it right now the AP in the good condition. And the next one, we can use display access user command to check that how many access user is actually connected. When they have no user connected, of course you won't see anything. Okay, let me try. So I'm using display access user. So right now I have no online user. Okay, I try to using my SDA. Huawei connect to BG, both of those is BG, but come from two different AP. It doesn't matter. Okay, I just click on this one, obtain the IP address. Okay, now it's connected. Okay, I get the IP address. It's good. Okay, now I can try to display again. Once they have the user connected, so you can get the information here. Okay, so now right now it's already have one user is connected, and this is his MAC address. Okay, so you can using the display asset user from your controller to check got how many user is concurrently is connected to your controller. Then the next one, the diagnostic tools. So there's many other software we can able to use to scan the capture the Wi-Fi packet. So Insider is one of the recommended software. So Insider is a signal scanner. It can display a signal strength and other information such as the SSID, encryption mode, channel RSSI, and the MAC address. So on the top, you can notice they have some filter. Okay, this row right here you can filter based on the SSID, based on the channel, signal security, and also the Wi-Fi versions. Okay, they will help you to arrange that. Signal strength at different time. So now you can try to select either one of the SSID. So it will going to show you the different color label from a channel. Okay, right now this SSID using the channel number 5. Okay, right now he using the channel number 5. Okay, and the call channel. So call channel mean there is someone else is using the same channel as me. So this SSID they cause the interference with another 20 channel 20 SSID. So right now it's already have a 21 SSID using a channel number 5. Then another is called overlapping. Okay, overlapping is the adjacent channel. The channels might different than you. Like right now I'm using a channel number 5. The channel will cause an adjacent with channel number 5 will be those the channel, maybe the channel number 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. Okay, they cause the interference. So that's 6. And right now my signal strength is -48. Okay, this dark blue color is my current signal. Do you notice this is a dark blue? Okay, this is my signal strength. Sometimes it's very high. Okay, and at one moment my signal is gone, it's lost. So mean right now I have no signal. Then I come back again, get a better signal strength, and decrease again. So this is the reason why we basically we are not recommended is using the channel which does not belong to the non-overlapping channel, because when you're not using the non-overlapping channel, what will happen? You cause a lot of the overlapping and the interference. Do you notice this interference come from different channel? Signal strength indicators of different channel and their usage. Okay, so they will show you the channel. So currently there are how many the SSID in this channel. They show you the different color here. Number 3, the troubleshooting solution. The fault locating process. Located the faulty quickly according the process step by step. Okay, first we're going to check the SDN. When there's a wireless problem, we'll always start from the laptop. Okay, those devices can connect it to the Wi-Fi. Then after that, after doing the troubleshooting on the SDN, the next step, try to check, is it because the signal strength problem? Sometimes the wireless is not stable, it's because due to some other interference. Or maybe the signal is being too weak after they pass through too many obstacles. So check whether the AP is working properly. Okay, you can go to the AP area and make sure the PoE is the LAN cable is already attached to your AP. Okay, they got the power signal. Then the next one is check the wire network device are working properly. Okay, maybe it's the PoE switch. Okay, and the last one is check the AC and its uplink are working properly. So we're not only checking the downlink, also including the uplink. So especially for those forwarding mode is using the tunnel forwarding. If the tunnel forwarding means all the user packet will be forwarded back to your controller, and your controller will become the gateway for all the device. Okay, even the PC right now, the gateway doesn't point to the controller, but in the CAPWAP tunnel forwarding mode, all the user traffic have to forward back to the controller. So if the controller never configure the static route or the default route pointing back to the gateway, all the user packet will be lost. Okay, just take note. The 4 location. Number 1. So check whether SDA receive the service are normal. After receive a fault feedback from a user, the maintenance personnel must check wireless service to determine whether it is an error alarm. So we check on the SDA and double confirm is that have the network card is already disabled on the SDA. Then the next one, we check on the signal strength. Use some other software. Okay, like this is the insider. So try to scan the surrounding. Is this because of the interference or there may be too many SSID using the same channel as my current SSID, so that they have a very crowded, the congested on this channel. So if that's so, try to move to another channel with less crowded. Follow up will be check whether the AP is working properly. So we will look at the AP and check on the LED. Okay, those of the light, whether the indicators is showing in a normal status or not. Of course, this one will be based on the product. Okay, some product it doesn't come with many the indicators. They only have one, and some APs might deploy inside the ceiling, so you can't able to view the indicators. So in this case, you need to go to your controller and check the connection between the AP and the AC. Then the next one, check whether the wire device are working properly. The wire network device usually include the layer 2 switch and layer 3 switch. Log into the switch through the console to check whether the IP address, the mask route, and working mode for the switch are configured. Like example, we need to configure what? Okay, this is the access link or the trunk link. Okay, do you configure the trunk link here with allow pass all the WLAN to pass through? Those the service WLAN and the management WLAN. You also need to allow those WLAN to pass through from the trunk link. Check the network operating status to see whether there are loop, broadcast dump, or some other attack packet. Then check whether the AC is working properly. So checking whether the authentication and the encryption mode are correctly configured on the controller. Then next is the service are correct configured. So you can try to view your profile and make sure all the profile you already buy to the correct profile. Here's some like example the WMM, the radio profile, select the right radio, and also the VAP. Okay, you have to configure properly. Then the last one is check the uplink. So right now this topology is connecting in inline mode. So all the traffic have to pass through the AC before go to the network. So we need to make sure the uplink is already configured properly and the AC can actually forward all the traffic to the router. And also don't forget to check the router. Okay, then the next content. Installation and maintenance troubleshooting. The precaution: routine maintenance of wireless device. Comply with regular maintenance rule. Check whether the regulation of WLAN network construction are well obeyed. Cope with the common fault. Summarize the case and output document and guidance on customer operation. So when we already do some analyze and the troubleshooting, try to list out those of the possible faulty. Okay, you need to have some of the checklists to make sure everything you already do the checking. Okay, once the case is already solved, don't forget to summarize and document it out. So just in case in the future they have a same problem happening again, so the customer can follow the guideline that you provided and solve by themselves. Okay, check the network operation status. Okay, perform the regular inspection and identify the potential risks. Quickly respond to the unexpected problem and collect effective information to locate the fault in timely manner. So below here is some of the precaution for maintaining WLAN product. Make sure that the device are properly grounded as well. And also the AP, right? You need to make sure AP try to put far away from those of the material, the metal object. The maintenance personnel should take effective ESD measure. Avoid the other interference source in the operating environment of the wireless network. Ensure the stability of the wire network and to prevent the impact on wireless network performance. So some of the problem they might come from the wire. It's not directly the wireless problem. Okay, something we can't able to do is because on the wiring when they have a broadcast or maybe the routing is doesn't well configured, so they might cause the problem for the wireless performance. Pay attention to the project standard and the security requirement for outdoor environment. Improper installation troubleshooting. Improper installation is a problem that occurs when constructing the WLAN hardware architecture. So check each construction process against the installation regulation to ensure that WLAN deployment is standardized. So the picture here, the figure showing the distance between the antenna on the same AP is too small. Okay, the distance is too close. So when there's too close, it might cause the interference. So that's recommended the antenna are placed at the proper distance. Make sure they at least have 1 meter. Troubleshooting on the user side. When the user cannot access the network, check whether the wireless network adapter is enabled. They might, some of the user, they accidentally go into the wireless adapter there and disable the adapter, so they make the wireless is lost the function. They can't able to scan the wireless. So check whether the surrounding wireless signal are normal or whether any signal interference. Check whether the password is valid and correct. And last, check whether the certificate is correct installed for the user who adopt the .1x authentication. Then the last one is a troubleshooting on APs. When the AP cannot go online, first we need to check the AP. So check whether the AP obtained an IP address. For every single IP device, the first thing we're going to check is, of course, it's a physical connection. We need to make sure the AP have the power, got the power supply. And the second one, the connection to the uplink when they're using the PoE switch. Is it the PoE switch is work properly? Okay, if everything is already verified on the physical layer, now we go for the IP address. Try to check your AP. You can try to console to your AP and check the IP address. does the AP receive the IP address? So if they have no problem happening to the IP, then we go for the connection. Try to use your AP ping to the controller. Okay, make sure the AP can reach to the controller. Then the next one, is it the AP required during the authentication? Okay, ping is one thing, because when the IP already well configured, we have the static route, or maybe we're running a dynamic, we have a gateway, so the AP can ping to the AC, but doesn't mean they will form the CAPWAP automatically. Okay, we need to know the connection between the AP and AC. Does that set the authentication to recognize the AP? So the earlier one I did mention, the authentication will have the MAC authentication, serial authentication, or non-authentication. So when the authentication we already checked, then the next one is the number of the AP connected to the AC. Is it reached to the maximum? So some AC they are not allowed to connect to too many AP. They have a maximum number of the AP can detect and support. So when the too many AP existing in the network, so the AC will go into ignore. Okay, try to look at your license. Okay, how many AP can able to support? Check whether the MAC address or the serial number of the AP conflict with another AP. Okay, so this case will be very rare, okay, but they might happen. And this is happening to the AP have the indicators. If this AP is not hiding inside the ceiling, so you can check the indicators. So if the indicators is string green, the radio are enabled. When the link is blinking 4 times a second, so the data is being transmit, so they have some activity. When there's no light, okay, the radio are disabled. The link status, okay, the first one is radio, second one is for the link. If the indicator is a steady green, so right now the connection is established. When they blink 4 times a second, so the data is transmit. So basically what I can tell you from here is the radio signal is for the wireless, okay, it's for the downlink. When they have the activity going on, here we keep blinking. And at the middle here, this is for the uplink, connected to the switch or the controller. So when this keep blinking, right now they have some transmission going on. Okay, the last one here is the power supply. Okay, if the indicator is steady green, so now it's working properly. When it's off, now it's power off, of course, or maybe 40. When it's blinking once a second during a startup, so the system is perform the self-check or loading the software. Blinking twice a second during the device operation, so the system has detect the exceptions. So summary. Introduction to WLAN troubleshooting method, the diagnostic command and tools for WLAN troubleshooting, and the last, the troubleshooting solution.